Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is the Devine Sports Gospel, Devine Deck Pod, DSG Boys. It's Monday, April 28th, 6 p.m. The pod's below right now. Absolute dog water. I just got swept by the Tampa Bay Rays. Just bad baseball all weekend, man. But even when the pods are playing bad, you at least get to talk to your two favorite brothers, baby. Monday night, me's how we live in. Chat, what's good? Also, shout out our guy Joshua, who commented, I'm literally in the delivery room with my girl right now, waiting to give birth. How to tune into the DSG. Joshua, best of luck with the birth, man. Congratulations on the becoming a father. You might already have a kid, but congratulations, man. A new Friar Faithful, as Marco says. Best of luck with the delivery, my man. Me's how we living.
Living good. Congrats, Joshua, on that big news. But yeah, man, I mean the pods are playing like shit. It's been tough to watch. This is probably the least interested in the Padres series I've been in a long time this weekend, where I was at a wedding for a buddy, so it kind of took away from watching the games, but also there's nothing to root for outside of Tatis on this team right now.
Well, Mike, I want to go into that real quick. Our friend Chris Ello from the Gwynn and Chris show on 97.3 The Fan, which I called into today. Shout out Braden Soprenet. We had a nice little chit-chat.
Did you actually?
Yeah, he's Braden's a good dude. Chris Ello, he tweets, the Padres' offensive woes while losing 8 of their last 11 games. 8 of their last 11. Team is batting .204 with a 164 batting average with runners in scoring position. The team not named Fernando Tatis Jr. is batting 189. Manuel Machado, 8 for his last 40, batting 200, 0 RBIs in his last 6 games. Xander Bogaerts is 6 for his last 36, batting 167. His last RBI was April 8th. Pope Francis was still alive on April 8th.
I got you a good one on the
listen, one second. Let me finish this real quick, and then I'll let you cook.
All right.
Catchers are the catching position. Catchers for the Padres, 3 for 35, batting .086. And the players we've called up from the minor leagues, Mike, guess what their average is?
It's combined or what?
Combined. 89 at-bats.
I'd say they're 16 for 89.
I don't know what the math is, but they're batting 191 with 3 extra base hits as a 3 extra base hits and 89 ABs. So I'll let you cook, but all I want to say, Chad, and also shout out the chat, man, my guy Joe, my guy Marco. We went from holy sheets to holy cheeks. Marco, that is a good one, my brother. Shout out everybody in the chat. Like this up if you can. It helps us out a lot. Chat, I want to hear what you have to say. What's your instant thought when I read off those stats? And then Mike Devine, what's your instant thought? Because all I could say is that makes sense. Watching it with my 2 eyes, they've been playing awful outside Tatis.
I just wanted to say that in terms of the Bogaerts RBI on April 8th, Jackson Merrill's last RBI was April 6th. And Jackson Merrill hasn't played since April 6th. It feels like Jackson Merrill hasn't played all year.
That's crazy, bro. That's an insane stat.
Jackson Merrill almost has a more recent RBI. He's been out for 3 weeks. He has a more recent RBI than Xander Bogaerts. That is just not acceptable if you're making $280 million. I've been in the business of giving grace to these guys this year. I've been in the business of it, okay? And I'm selling my business. The business is gone. The business is over. No more grace. Xander, you got to pick it up, buddy. You are a disappointment to the city of San Diego. Not saying you're a bad guy, but you are a bad baseball player right now. To miss a pop fly, a routine pop fly, if you are going to hit like shit, you at least have to be nails on defense and nails fundamentally base running, nails basically playing the fundamentals of the game. If you're not going to hit bombs, fine. But you have to fucking play good defense, and you have to be just a solid all-around baseball player. The guy seems lost. He seems lost. I don't know what you do with Xander Bogaerts at the moment, because don't get me wrong, Matt. I will say, people are saying, "Oh, you got to bench Xander." Guys, for who? There's no depth on this team. So what are you gonna? Oh, who are you gonna play instead of Xander Bogaerts? If you can give me a guy that will play instead of Xander while this team is where it's at right now, then I'll tip my cap. There's nobody in this system that's good enough to come up and take over. Like it's like we're starting, and I love T Wade. He's a grinder. That guy's one of the bright spots of the last couple of weeks is how hard he's played.
Yeah.
Right? He's played well.
He's played hard
against T Wade. But like I don't want to watch. There's no home run potential from T Wade. There's no home run potential from, and I love Iglesias.
Like this team has no pop. This team has no pop. It's a massive, massive problem. I'll let you cook. I apologize.
No, I'm with it. Go ahead.
I can't watch a team with no pop, bro. It's absolutely infuriating that the only guy in this lineup currently that can hit a home run is Fernando Tatis Jr. Unless some fluke shit happens like Elias Diaz taking Jack Flaherty deep, which thank God for that, because if that doesn't happen, we're on a 6-game losing streak facing Logan Webb tomorrow. So, chat, what do you do? The argument is, and I get it. Hey, we're going to get healthy. Look at how good we were when we were healthy. We were really good. 100%. That being said, do you truly assume this team is just going to be healthy for the rest of the season and shit's going to fly? Like, that's just not how baseball works, dude. Are we going to be as hurt as we've been so far? Hopefully not. We are really hurt right now. I completely get that. That being said, when you're hurt, Mike, you need guys to step up. Tatis, MVP type season so far. He's an absolute star. No bad words about Tatis. He's been awesome. Manny Machado and Xander Bogaerts, massive disappointments when Merrill's been out. Massive. And people get mad at me when I'm like, some people hate Manny. Some people love Manny too much. In reality, Manny Machado will get the back of his baseball card every single season. We said it before. Manny will get his 25 homers and his 100 RBIs. How many of those homers are going to be clutch? I don't know. Hey, Mike, on Saturday night, runner on third base, Manny's up with 1 out. Team hasn't scored a run since Nam. Fucking fielder's choice, or hits it back to the pitcher. Tatis gets thrown out at home. Have an approach, bro. Have an approach. And everybody's like, oh, but Manny and Xander. Guys, Xander's cooked. He's done. He's fried. Worst contract of all time. He's fried. And the giving grace, he's cooked. Mentally, he has no hype right now. I genuinely believe, and I wonder if you agree with me. And I said this on the last pod. Give him some fucking HGH and see if they can do some masking shit. It worked for Profar last year. Oh no, Xander Bogaerts has been suspended for 80 games. Is that like, who cares? There's nothing, bro. Give him roids. We need, bro. If you give him roids and he gets caught, okay, who gives a fuck? If he could give us at least something, bro, he is pissing me off to another degree. And it's exactly, bro. It's exactly what you said, Mike. Hey, man, if you're not going to hit, do something else. Manny's going to play good defense no matter what. He's going to make 3 plays a game where you're like, holy shit. Any other third baseman probably doesn't make that play or at least make it that smooth. Xander dropping those balls, dropping an easy pop fly, bricking a throw to first, and that guy ends up scoring. Have a little pride in your game, buddy. I don't care. Oh man, he misses Boston. Motherfucker, 25 mil in my bank living in San Diego. Sack up. Lay down. Dude, have some pride. And if you're cooked, man, tell the people or tell the organization or go on the IL, honestly. Because if you're cooked and you're just done and you're like, hey, man, I'm done. I can't hit a homer. Like you said earlier, become a slap hitter. Do something. Do something, because how you're playing right now, people on 97.3 are like, give him grace. His bat speed's up. Fuck bat speed. He has 0 home runs. Mike, 0 home runs. The DSG has as many home runs as Xander Bogaerts. It's April 28th. He has 5 RBIs. Fucking Brett, what's his name? Brandon Nimmo has 9 RBIs today. He's almost double the RBIs that Xander Bogaerts has all season today. Xander has been a massive disappointment. Massive.
Not disagreeing on that. I do disagree with you on the Manny Machado front. We have this conversation. We have this conversation once every 3 weeks, you and me. And then you know what Manny does? He'll go out and he'll either hit a fucking homer like he did against the Cubs that one game or whoever we were playing, or he's going to go on a stretch where he hits 4 home runs. I'm not a big proponent always of expected stats versus real stats. I'm not always a big proponent. But from an unlucky standpoint, Machado's at like one of the top in the league. This guy's expected OPS right now is 1,000, but his OPS in the real games are like it's 820. He got robbed by that Chandler Simpson guy on a ball
that guy owned us this series.
It probably would have been gone, right? It's like certain things he's been unlucky. Tatis has been unlucky too. This last series, there's no energy. This is the real issue with the team right now. There's no energy.
Yeah,
they're not playing with any swag. They're not playing with any VAR. The VAR is gone right now on this team. They're not playing with anything. It's like they're going through the motions. And don't get me wrong, like Mike Schilt makes that comment yesterday and he says, I'll tell you one thing, we're going to be all right. I fully believe him.
I agree.
I believe he means it, and I believe what he says.
But there's some big flaws.
The issue that we have is that it's just not fun. Like, I'd rather be a team that's losing but having fun and watching a fun team and like, sure, maybe our pitching would suck, but we're scoring a lot of runs and they're hitting homers. It's just boring baseball. It's boring baseball. And like, listen, yesterday, 8th inning, Tatis comes up. Tatis gets out in the 8th. We're down 1 run. I'm like, all right, it's time to fucking tune out. The game's over. If you tried to convince me that Xander Bogaerts, Oscar Gonzalez, and like Yuli Gurriel finished the game yesterday. Yuli Gurriel finished the game.
He's got to go.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
He's got to go, man. I've learned to not even hate Yuli as a guy, bro.
Not his fault.
I'm like, dude, you are just so washed, bro.
It's not his fault that this dumbass Preller, and I love Preller, but why are you trotting him out there on the field? He's ass.
But
I don't care who else. I mean, what?
Bring up Yanni Barrels. He'll be the one that.
You remember in 2020 or 2021 where they had the cardboards? Just put up a fucking card. Maybe he walks. Maybe the cardboard walks, bro.
Put up a Friar
walks instead of swinging and popping up to the fucking shortstop on the first pitch of the at-bat. Put a fucking cardboard guy in there. Put cardboard Yuli. He probably has a better OPS.
Hey, hot take. Cardboard might be able to walk.
Cardboard Yuli might have a better OPS.
Also, we got a couple super chats. Marco, our guy. Shout out Marco, man. One of my favorite dudes. If Xander put up these numbers in Boston, he would have been booed out of Fenway. F the bad speed. We're too soft on players in SD. Marco, you're 100% right. And I used to be one of these soft guys. And I'm like, oh, no, guys, we should give him a standing ovation. You think Xander's going to get better with a standing ovation? Not going to happen. Also, hate standing ovations. Trey Turner in Philly, you ruined it. You ruined it because now Xander Bogaerts, it's not his first season in SD. This is who he is. We're cooked.
Yeah, what's the standing ovation going to do for Xander Bogaerts?
So I get if you're like, hey, why boo him? Everybody knows he sucks. I get that. But, dude, Xander doesn't deserve to get booed when he if he goes 0 for 4, right? Because some people, if Logan Webb shoves tomorrow and gives us 7 and goes 7 innings with no runs and we lose, 3-1, don't boo Xander if he doesn't do, if he goes 0 for 4 and everybody else does. But you can boo Xander if this fucking guy makes errors that you have to, hey, like you said, Mike, and you said it perfectly. If you suck at hitting, and you know it, and you know you have no pop anymore, and you're making $25 million, you have to be perfect at everything else. You have to, because then people are going to be on your ass. And I love how people defend this dude. Hey, man, I don't give a. It's his aura, his energy has always kind of been off in San Diego, man. And I kind of am curious if you agree with me, Mike. I feel like he didn't even want to be here, but he got that big bag. And he signed it. And sometimes and he wishes he was still in Boston 100%. He was like what Tatis is to us. Boston fans love this guy. I don't think he likes it here. I think he went for the biggest money, which I don't blame him. If I get paid $280 million to play in San Diego and I know I'm kind of buns, I'm signing that shit. The Green Monster, there's 2 things we could do. Everyone's like, oh, we should trade him all this stuff. You could either do that or probably a little cheaper, build a Green Monster in San Diego. Hey, change the entire stadium for this guy.
Devine Deck. Ruins Devine Deck.
Xander's too much in his head. We need Xander to hang out with Dylan Cease, do a little ayahuasca, go talk to Sadhguru or whatever Dylan Cease is. Maybe, and maybe if Dylan Cease talks to this guy again, maybe he could start pitching a little better too.
I'm gonna give you something to think about here, right? And this is real, and I truthfully believe this, and I think it's becoming more and more apparent as obviously we overpaid Xander Bogaerts. There's no denying that
by about $200 million,
and that's what I was about to say. If you look at Xander Bogaerts' career before coming to the Padres, he was a fan favorite, but he wasn't that good.
Well, that's
Xander Bogaerts was never that. Xander Bogaerts was never that good. If you look at what he did, and when he was playing for the Red Sox in the year before he came to the Pods, he had a 259 expected batting average, 360 OBP expected. And Preller and Peter just decided to go out there and shell out $280 million to a guy that had wrist issues. And genuinely, Matt, it was literally like, if you think about it, it was like Ha-Seong Kim, right? Ha-Seong Kim getting paid $280 million. Like a little, obviously worse hitter, but fan favorite. All the people wanted to keep him. There's a reason, Matt, if you really think about it, there's a reason why the fan favorite of the Red Sox didn't get re-signed. It's because they probably thought he wasn't as good as other people might have thought, right? And this is something that the Padres have done before. They overpaid for Eric Hosmer. They overpaid for Xander Bogaerts. 2 contracts that handicapped the franchise. Thank God Haas is off the books next year. We got Bogaerts on it for another 10. Like the thing is like, and this is not, and this is maybe a hot take.
Let me hear it.
I don't think Preller wanted to sign Xander Bogaerts.
So I heard rumors that might be the case. And the other argument, and we don't have anyone, and trust me, DSG.
We had sources.
If we had sources, y'all would know. They know how powerful it'd be if we got sources. That's all I'm gonna say. I heard 2 things. I heard that, and I also heard Xander was in place if Manny opted out and went to another team, and they would have Xander be. Yeah, thank God to an extent.
Shut the fuck up. You do this shit all the time. You do this shit all the fucking time. You have no concept of who Manny Machado is.
Is it crazy to say?
Shut up. You always talk. You always interrupt me. Shut up. You have blinders on when it comes to Manny Machado. I don't know who you think Manny Machado is, but Manny Machado is as consistent can be. The guy has the same fucking season every time he hits 30 home runs. You need to sit back and appreciate what you have, because we were watching Ryan Schimpf and Yangervis Solarte thinking that they were the best things since sliced bread, okay? And you have the nerve to sit and say, I'm actually kind of mad Manny Machado opted in. Who would we be playing? Who would we be playing at third base, Matt? Tell me who.
Baby.
Yeah, okay. Eggy 0 for 4? Eggy 0 for 4? Oh,
Eggy 0 for 4.
Eggy 680 OPS? Eggy can't hit a righty? Who the fuck? Eggy DFA? That's who we're playing over the fucking Hall of Famer? Wake up. You have to wake up sometimes. You live in a fantasy world. You live in a fantasy world about Manny Machado. That guy could have a 900 OPS, and you'd be like, well, he didn't hit that home run in the bottom of the 8th inning against the Reds in July. Shut the fuck up, dude. Shut the fuck up. We texted each other this yesterday, Chad. He goes, Manny never comes through. I'm like, Tatis has 1 walk-off hit. Machado has like 7 as a Padre. Wake up. Just because the guy is getting paid that much money, the guy is a fucking dog. Manny Machado is a dog. And when he gets hot, you're going to sit back and be like, oh, I'm so glad we have Manny Machado. You do this 3 times a year. 3 times a year, and you know it too.
Hey, Lil Moose agrees with me. Manny isn't clutch.
You guys are fucking clowns. You guys are fucking clowns. What is clutch? What is clutch?
Hey, wait up.
What is clutch? Tell me, give me clutch. Give me clutch. Who's clutch?
Who's clutch?
Pete Alonso. It's subjective. Who's clutch?
Pete Alonso.
Okay.
Teoscar Hernandez.
How about for the 1 homer Pete Alonso hit? How many times did he probably strike out in the 9th inning?
Hey, all that matters is we remember that 1 homer.
Probably strike out in the.
What's the 1 homer you remember other than the? What's the 1 homer you remember other than the Machado walk-off off Paul Sewald, who we could have hit a walk-off off of, and you missed.
You know what homer I remember?
And you missed the ball when it came to you. You remember that?
You remember what homer I remember? I remember first inning, and I consider this clutch. You lead off the Dodgers series in the playoffs with a 3-run home run to take the lead, and then your dumbass pitcher decides to fucking fuck it up. That's what I remember. Hey, if Manny Machado, if Dylan Cease pitched like an actual pitcher, Manny Machado wins us that game. Manny Machado wins us that series. If Dylan Cease,
he also missed a few homers very closely. Manny's a beast.
Like that's what I'm talking about. You're living in a fantasy world,
Mike.
Man.
It's fun.
You're pointing the finger at the wrong guy. Is my issue. It's not Manny Machado. It is Xander Bogaerts. It's not Fernando Tatis, and it's not Jackson Merrill, and it's not Luis Ariz. It's every other motherfucker on that offense. Okay? Manny Machado is exempt. He's exempt. Everyone else can catch it. Everyone else can catch it.
Yeah, man. You cooked me there, so I'll give you credit. So if you guys are taking tally at home, round 1 goes to Mies, but I got a couple in my book for some knockouts. We got to talk to some super chats real quick. I got my guy HB. He said package X in the IB Pier for Abrams or Wood. We could really use James Wood right now. The Beef, my guy. Appreciate you. Love your positivity too. Haven't been able to see a live in a hot minute. Arise brings the joy. Merrill brings the grit. Need the bros back together. It's a special concoction. I honestly am terrible at reading.
Concoction?
It's a concoction. Sorry. I have low key.
Bro, what?
I said, dude,
that was insane. That was.
There's a couple. That was bad. Shout out the Beef though. Thank you for the donation. And then our guy BM. Every interview he emotes. I love the word emote. He emotes a sad, defeated puppy dog. Zero confidence. It's pathetic. We need ball players. I like that, Mike. Do you agree with me that I think getting like a obviously Andrew Tate's not the perfect example, but like getting like a life coach for Xander Bogaerts to get him in like maybe one of these like YouTubers.
What's Tony's name? What's
that Tony Robbins.
Tony Robbins.
Give Xander Bogaerts, put him on the Phantom IL, have him go on like a Tony Robbins retreat for like $50,000 and get that confidence up, bro.
Yeah, Xander can pay out of pocket for that sucker because the Padres have paid that guy enough money. They're not putting him on a fucking
David Goggins, bro.
Yeah, you know what? The thing about Goggins though is in who I'll compare Xander Bogaerts to is Tony Ferguson, the UFC fighter. David Goggins trains Tony Ferguson in the UFC fight, and Tony Ferguson got fucking wrecked. This was his comeback. They were like, he's training with David Goggins. He's gonna be chilling. He's gonna be great. He's gonna be the old Tony. He got pummeled. Bro, he's cooked.
I think your point though, which is sad, is I think the reality is true. Like Xander just wasn't ever that good, and we gave him we overpaid him so much.
It's
so
one of the things that's tough.
His expectation is so high because we paid him that much. But in reality, it's like Mike. It's like Xander's situation in San Diego is if you got a job at a startup and you're like, hey, you're going to be our CRO. I don't know how to be a CRO. We're going to pay you $600,000. You're like, okay. 3 months in, right? Company's failing. Everybody's mad at you. You're like, I was a good AE. I wasn't a CRO. That's what it is. He got way overpaid for what he is as a player. He's just not that good. And he's aging. And it seems like he hates it here. I will say this. Show me some sort of confidence, Pops. The sad boy look is pissing me off a little bit. Hey, man.
Yeah.
Break your bat once. Get ejected. Show me something. Because this whole like, oh, I'm Xander. I just went 0 for 4 and with runners in scoring position again. And I made a bad pass or I made a bad throw. And I'm getting interviewed by Marty Caswell after the game. And I'm like, we really made this guy look like a good pitcher. Oh, man. Oh, I'm Xander. I'm going to go home with my $25 million. Sack up, dude. Be a dog. Have some pride. Have some pride. Because even, Xander, if you say, I've been ass, I want to be better, I'm doing everything in my power to be better.
He has said that.
No, but he hasn't said, I'm doing everything in my power to be better. You know what he did this offseason, Mike? And I respect it. He's like, I'm going to get in better shape. I ran. Motherfucker, we are not a track team. Hit the cage. Hit the cage, dude. Oh, I ran until I couldn't stop running. You're not Forrest Gump. You're not Forrest Gump. You're a shortstop. Hey, get some ground balls, Pops. Hit the fucking cages. Hit frozen ropes. Oh, I ran till I couldn't stop running. The fuck are you doing? Go to the gym. Oh, I haven't hit one home run, but I can run a 7-minute mile.
That was great.
Doing, dude?
That was great.
Seriously, like this fucking guy.
I'll tell you.
I ran until I couldn't stop running. I'm like, dude,
I'm
just
doing
hit
a little bit of.
Just hit the ball.
I'm doing a little bit of.
Oh no way! The beef. If this is true, I actually am interested. Said Xander's girl dumped him like a year.
Missing the monkey.
Bros. So chat at home if you're not.
There's
listening.
no way this is true.
The beef says Xander's girl dumped him like a year or more ago. Bro's missing the monkey. Needs a 6-month OnlyFans baddie to get his confidence back.
There's no way that's true.
I have no idea if that's true, but in reality, if that's the case, we should do a GoFundMe to get. Nah, he has enough money. But
let's go line. That's like when we did the San Diego
Foundation. That was a mistake there. That was $600.
You heard rumors, yeah.
Well, we actually donated to it.
That's cap.
I got a couple super chats and then we'll go into it. Next WWE match is Miz and John versus Matt and Jim. That would be a banger. Shout out John and Jim. My guy James Shelby, the legend, said fans showing up every game. Players got to match that energy. James, 100%. Fantastic comment. And yeah, I mean, I think
so. My thing here, Matt. My thing here, and to segue, right? I mean, I think this next part of the show we gotta talk about. You said it. The next part of this show should be us figuring out what this team has to do to improve, right? I think number one is pretty obvious. Get healthy. Jackson Merrill is the catalyst to this team. There is a reason last year, at the start of the year, we thought, man, this team might be ass, but they played well. And who was the guy at the end of games that always came up? Okay, you know what? Manny Machado, maybe not clutch. Jackson Merrill, super fucking clutch.
Yeah.
And we're missing that in the lineup at the end of games. We're missing that.
Big
when
time.
we get Merrill back, this team is, as I texted you, 2,000% better. That spot in the lineup, right? And I, again, love that bats Tyler Wade's been given. But it's like, if Tyler Wade's coming up with the game on the line or Jackson Merrill's coming up with the game on the line, I think I'll take Jackson Merrill.
Mason Montgomery came in for the Rays yesterday. He's rated as like one of the nastiest relievers in baseball. He had to face Tyler Wade and Elias Diaz. You're not going to win. Like, guys, like we've watched enough.
Zach bunted Jose Iglesias.
Okay, so
Tyler Wade and Elias Diaz to hit. Guys, that's how bad that bottom of the order is. That's who we're sack bunting for to come through.
You cannot bunt there, given that Jose Iglesias is probably one of 3 guys that can maybe get a hit. Tyler Wade bunting there in that spot,
and then Jose Iglesias coming up,
and then it's Maldi and Tatis. That's cool. Jose bunting for Tyler Wade and Maldi is just insane, dude. And it's just another example of how, in reality, last week of baseball, bad baseball. But you know what's nice about baseball? And we say it on every DSG episode. Hey, when it's going good, don't fear the heater. And when it's going shitty, brand new ball game tomorrow. Nick Pivetta gives us 7. Toddy hits a homer. Manny hits a homer. We beat the Giants, NL West, and we're right back. But there are some things that we need to talk about. And there's some things we got to get figured out. 1, catching position. Our boy Pimp had an awesome tweet that I'm going to pull up right now. Shout out Pimp. He's got his sponsors now, his shades. That's our guy. Jeremy Pimp Lord on Twitter, homie, says, the Padres have a 107 weighted runs created plus this year from the catching position. He said that's not an average. That's the sum of their numbers. So we have 2 weighted runs created catchers combining for 107. League average is 100. So that means we have 2 guys that are pretty much 50% of what a league average catcher is. That can't fly, dude. I get the catching position. Oh, well, it doesn't really matter because, you know, if you have a good defensive catcher, it's all good. Martin Maldonado sucks. He sucks. Hey, Randy Vasquez, did he yank that ball a little bit yesterday? Yeah, but 2-2 bases loaded. If you catch that ball, we get out of that inning 100%. Completely different game. And people are saying Campy. Guys, why not give – so there's 2 things. 1, why not give this guy another shot? 2, If they hate this guy that much, trade him. Get Campy out. Package Campy in a reliever to another team that maybe the Marlins, because it seems like they could fix everyone. Hey, go and you trade him to another team and you try to get something back, because keeping Campy in the minors while Martin Maldonado absolutely stinks it up and Elias Diaz, like the guy, come on, that's dog food if you're a good pitcher, bro. Dog food. Those two are dog food. Trash. They're just not good at hitting. They're old. They look old. That's the thing. We need that fire like you were talking about, Mike. That team had no fire right now. Merrill, we got a lot of unks, not a lot of fire, bro. Jose Iglesias brings that fire. That's what I see a bunch of people right now say. Mitch Garver, Gary Sanchez, Stallings. The guys are, the catching market's low. But I have a perspective, and I have a guy that I'm curious and I wanted to bring this up anyway. And I wonder if you agree with me. And chat, give it to us straight. If these are terrible trade suggestions, let us know. But I did a little research, aka I looked up teams with worst bullpen ERA on Statcast or whatever, and I found the teams with the worst bullpen ERA. Right now, the teams with the worst bullpen ERA going into today, the Washington Nationals, not a playoff team. The Phillies are a playoff team at 5.26 is their ERA. Cubs, 4.99, playoff team. Angels, 4.95, not a playoff team. Milwaukee Brewers, 4.87, trying to be a playoff team. Cardinals, most likely not. Orioles, trying to be. Diamondbacks. There's teams there that are willing to make a move. The San Diego Padres bullpen. We just brought up David Morgan. He throws 98 with a wipeout slider. It's like we're for as little of a lineup we have, our bullpen is stacked. So if you're AJ Preller, let's make a fucking move, Papa. Hey, let's make a move. And why not start with either, hey, let's go. Let me get a Taylor Ward from the Los Angeles Angels. Ben Joyce is hurt. Hey, you go. Taylor Ward's not even playing that well right now. You could get a guy. If Taylor Ward's in our lineup, though, that's another perfect change of scenery guy. Give me some real MLB players. None of this fucking AAA bullshit, man. As much as I loved, and I have another couple of trade suggestions too, but Mike, as much as I loved the idea of, Tirso coming up and balling out and Oscar Gonzalez being a, diamond in the rough, there's a reason why they're in the rough. Not everybody's a diamond. And unfortunately, we're seeing that on the big scale right now. Oh, dude, Peralta and Solano. Solano sucks right now for the Mariners. Peralta's not even in the bigs. We got very lucky last year. So right now, that luck is not working. So what do? Keep rolling the dice. Make some moves. And if you got a surplus of a bullpen, make some moves and get me a left fielder, get me a catcher, and maybe another starting pitcher. What are you thinking?
I mean, that was a great rant, not even a rant. Great facts there. I'm with you, man. I mean, listen, I'm trying to temper my frustrations, just given the fact that we have Arise, Merrill, Crone. I'll even throw Hayward in the mix, all on the IL. Like, team's not healthy. However, you do have to have a little bit, and we had this combo yesterday, actually. You were like, well, our team has no depth. A lot of teams in Major League Baseball have very similar depth. If you have 4 key contributors go down, including your second best player, your depth is going to look a little bit thin. Look at the Braves, right? Last year, they were playing Eli White as their shortstop. Like, there's like moments where you're running into situations where your team looks a little bit short on depth. That being said, I agree with you. We got lucky with Donovan Solano and David Peralta playing the way they did. Kyle Higashioka playing the way they did. Jerkson Profar playing the way he did. We had a very, very fortunate season with performances last year.
Oh, yeah.
You're not going to recreate that every year. I agree that I think, and this is what Preller did last year, right? He made a move for a rise when we needed a guy who was consistent and could hit. He made a move. He did exactly what he had to do. And I think he does it again. I don't know what he does, but I'll tell you this. I texted you. There's no way in hell that a team in Major League Baseball wins a championship with Elias Diaz starting as your catcher, Martin Maldonado starting at your catcher, as your catcher. Yuli Gurriel on the baseball field in any capacity. You're not winning a championship. And I get there's not a lot of depth, but cut the fucking losses and get these guys off the team and just figure it out. I mean, listen, my thing with it, right, is you're like, oh, well, you know, we don't have any depth. Yuli's like just a piece to use while we don't have depth. Okay, Yuli he doesn't hit the ball. So, I mean, what's the point of not having a guy from AAA get more ABs and at least maybe see something else than Yuli? Like, Yuli is what he is. He's not going to do anything. So, like, there's no point in keeping a guy on the team that's not going to do anything. If you call up a guy a la Tirso, a la Oscar, a la, you know, somebody else that's in AAA right now and you call him up, Tim LaCastro or something, what's the harm? But what's the harm? What are you going to get? You're either going to get the same production as Yuli or you'll get a little bit better.
I agree. I think when when Hayward and Arise are activated tomorrow, I think Yuli gets DFA'd.
I fucking hope so.
I'm looking at catchers right now. Where's our Dylan Dingler, dude? Why can't we get a guy like this?
I'm telling you who it is. He's on the IL right now. You go, Austin Wins is raking for the Reds. You try to get Tyler Stevenson. It's gonna be a tough get. They need a reliever. You could give up a Robert Suarez. I don't know. I'm not saying that it's an ideal trade, but we have a deep bullpen. We have relievers to trade, and Tyler Stevenson fucking rakes. That's a guy that, you know, when he comes back healthy, would be a nice addition to the Padres lineup. So that's what
right now. There's a couple other guys. I know that the Blue Jays gave Alejandro Kirk an extension. Tyler Heineman's balling for them right now. Already has almost one WAR. There's some moves to be made. Joey Bart, for example, on the Pirates. I know they have a couple other dudes. We need another catcher, dude. And I'm going to tell you guys this right now. And it pains me to admit it. The Pods are going to have to trade Ethan Salas by this deadline. I think it's just it's a must, dude. One, Ethan Salas, fantastic behind the plate. He can't hit, bro. And maybe I come back, and hopefully I come back and he has a, you know, Hall of Fame career, and this is one of the worst takes of many bad takes that I have. But if we could trade Ethan Salas and package him with, you know, someone that's decent, like maybe a reliever or, you know, even like a Cash Mayfield, and you go to the Minnesota Twins, they're starting to win a little bit, so hopefully they could slow down. You go to the Minnesota Twins, you go Joe Ryan and Ryan Jeffers for Ethan Salas, and, you know, you throw in a, you know, reliever like a Bradley and a Cash Mayfield. We're in win now. As much as I wish I wasn't going to say it, we're win now right now. Manny's not getting any younger. People are saying, no way, he's too young. Guys, there's a really real chance right now that Ethan Salas just can't hit. He might be Austin Hedges. He might be San Diego Cartaya. Diego Cartaya, he was a top 10 prospect in baseball for the Dodgers. They never traded him. Ends up having to DFA him because he didn't hit. Now he goes to the Twins. Guess what the Twins just did? DFA'd him. Guys, at the end of the day, you have to hit. I know he's 18. I know that they rushed him. But unfortunately, sometimes when you rush a guy, it just breaks your confidence. He didn't really hit that well in high A either. It's not like he was raking. So either move him back to high A if he can't hit in double A. But if this kid can't hit, why not trade him now and try to get something back? Because guess what, guys? Every single year, you move on. And hey, next year we're talking about it. Maybe we should trade Ethan Salas. He's batting fucking $190 in double A again. But he's only 19. Year after that, maybe we should trade Ethan Salas. He's batting $210.
Man, I'll jump in here because I do agree, and this is like I was a proponent of Ethan Salas being a Padre for the future, and if he ends up coming up as a Padre, I'll be very happy. I get the argument. I will say I saw somebody in the comments say he should still be in high school. He's got about a month left of that excuse being possible, right? I'm pretty sure he's going to be 19 on June 3rd, isn't he? Doesn't he share the same birthday as you?
June 1st. Yeah.
So actually, he shouldn't be in high school. Just to be completely honest, he would be held back a year. But that's besides the point. He can't hit, Matt. It's like when you really boil it down, you either can hit or you can't hit. And if you're at this point in your career and your OPS is sub 680 as a prospect, that bat's not just going to come out of nowhere. He's not just going to figure out how to hit. Like, it's just it might be the harsh reality. And I don't think that's what?
Look at Leo.
That's what I'm saying. Leo knows how to hit.
There's differences, man. It's a different prospect. And you have a Tatis and you have a Luis Urias. That's life.
Gidgy, he will not be 18 on June 1st. He'll be 19. He's already 18, I believe. But I'll fact check that.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. He's born in 2006.
If we're in a win now mode, Mike, God forbid, imagine if Michael King resigns or signs somewhere else next year.
Guys, we can't be patient. We can't be patient. Like, what's the patience for? Are we going to be patient so that we can just have a guy who plays better defense than Martin Maldonado but hits the same? That's not patience. I don't want that patience. I want a Cal Raleigh. I want a big number. I want a guy who comes up.
No, you keep going.
No, I was just going to say, I want a Cal Raleigh. I want a catcher that I know is going to come up and rake. That's what I want. I want a guy. I want my catcher to have the ability to hit cleanup, right? I don't want my catcher to be the eighth hitter. And Ethan Salas, while he's a great prospect, he's still a prospect. And he hasn't shown – there's a reason, and this might sound fucked up, but there is a reason why he's fallen from a top 10 prospect in baseball down to like 40th. It's because the hit tool is just not there, okay? And guess what? Prospect stock, when you're 17 and that hitting tool might come around, still going like this, maybe right here. When you turn 19 and that 18 goes away, it's like Bill Belichick finding a chick. Just goes downhill, bro. You got to be younger. You got to be younger for that prospect status to stay up. And Ethan Salas is about to turn 19, and his prospect status is going down because he cannot hit well. He doesn't have any home runs. His slugging right now in AA is 219.
He's hurt right now, but I agree.
But so far this season, it's 219. His slugging is 219. 219. How is that even
have
possible?
we ever seen a prospect become a good like gain? Like, I know he's young. And people are saying Salas before April. Guys, look at what this team looks like right now. This is supposed to be our window. And look at the lack of depth we have. God forbid Tatis gets hurt this season, which I hate to say it, guys. If you look at the last 5 seasons, probably is going to happen. He'll spend some time on the IL. Jackson Merrill's hurt. You're like, okay, who could we trade? No one's trading cash. No one's trading any decent prospects for Cash Mayfield or Boston Bateman right now. So who do we have to trade if you want to get better as a team? Either Leo or Ethan Salas and all the relievers like Francis Pena, Bradley, guys in our pen, all that stuff. Do you want to go and sit around and be like, oh shit, like, damn, I wish we would have probably traded, I wish we would have traded Ethan Salas when we could have. Now he's batting .620 as a 20-year-old in AA. Guys, it's like, that's a real possibility. Will it come back to bite us? Possibly. And guess what? Did the James Wood trade come back to bite us? It did. It did. But did we get an awesome opportunity with Juan Soto? Did we trade Juan Soto to get guys back? Shit happens in baseball. If a team's willing, if the Miami Marlins are willing to get Ethan Salas or the Twins or something like that, and they're like, you can get Joe Ryan, you can get Sandy Alcantara, trade them. Like, guys.
Yeah, I mean, the thing too, right? And not to fully interrupt, but like, I'm 100% on your side. I'm looking at it like, I think Jackson Merrill extends this team's window quite a bit.
Yeah.
Leo DeVries is the prize prospect. That's a guy you can't trade. He's untouchable.
Untouchable.
When is Ethan Salas going to help this team win. And I don't think it's relatively soon. Like, I don't see Ethan Salas being an MLB-ready hitter for a substantial period of time until he figures it out. Matt, I'm going to read you off some stats right now from his minor league career. First season, right? He had a great year in A-ball, right? He's a 17 or 16-year-old in A-ball, I think 17 years old, 267, 840 OPS. Great year. They call him up to high A. He hit 200 with a 472 OPS. They call him up to double A for some stupid fucking reason. He hit 179 with a 517 OPS. Last year in high A, full season of high A, 111 games, 206, 600 OPS. This year so far, through 10 games, 188 with the 544 OPS. That just, guys, I want Ethan Salas to succeed. I think he's probably a great dude. He's a great catcher. But that's not something you just fix. You either can rake or you cannot rake, okay? And the thing about catchers, right, is Ethan Salas will make the major leagues because he is a great defensive catcher. But do we need to wait on a guy to get ready to be a great defensive catcher? There's a lot of great defensive catchers out there, right? And if you can get some value right now when you have Machado at age 32, when you have Dylan Cease, when you have Michael King locked down for sure this season, you have Robert Suarez, you have a deep bullpen. If you can get something of value, maybe a left fielder, maybe a guy that plays catcher, maybe a catcher that's playing right now that's actually solid. You can fucking get guys like that in the lineup right now. What are we going to look back in 3 years and regret it? Are we going to regret it if we win, or are we going to regret it if we lose? Because I guarantee you right now, if you trade Ethan Salas for a catcher or a left fielder and this team fucking goes on a run and wins a World Series, who's going to give a fuck about
No one cares. No one cares.
Hindsight's 2020. We look back on the James Wood trade saying, okay, man, that was a tough one because we lost out on James Wood and he's a great player. But we made the NLCS. And at the time when that team made the NLCS and beat the Dodgers, I don't think anybody was saying, oh, fuck, I can't believe we traded James Wood. It's not the way it works. Hindsight's 2020. One team wins per year, Matt. One team wins per year. But like, I just don't see Ethan Salas being like the game changer. I think Leo DeVries, if they traded Leo DeVries at the deadline, I would be like, fuck, that's really bad.
Yeah. Leo DeVries, guys, it's simple like this. It's simple like this. Leo DeVries is in the prospect tier of a James Wood and a Fernando Tatis Jr. Jackson Merrill wasn't even in that prospect tier, in my opinion. He wasn't a can't-miss prospect. He was a good prospect, but he wasn't a can't-miss prospect. Give me a hitting catcher is right, Three Kings. Guys, the odds that Ethan Salas comes up while we're still a competitive, top 10 team in baseball and is someone that is, helping this team out and is like a legit catcher with like Manny still, balling and all that stuff. The odds of that happening, given what we've seen him, if he can't hit double A, why do you believe this guy's going to be able to hit major league pitching? Bring him, put him in triple A over double A. At least in triple A, it seems like everybody can hit. Guys, this dude is going to take a while to develop. It doesn't mean that he's going to be a bad player. So if your team doesn't have the time to develop a guy like that because we're hamstrung with terrible contracts to guys like Xander, and Manny's contract's going to get really bad very soon, guys. Let's be honest. You could like Manny Machado. He's not going to be worth nearly what he's going to get for the next 10 years. He's just not going to be. His contract right now is actually not bad. He's making like 14 mil. He changed the contract so that he's like, hey, we're in the win now mode right now. Then I'm going to get paid. So if you're in the win now mode and you have a guy that's not going to take, it's going to take 3 years for him to come up and be a good player. Trade him. Package. Get me a guy that can help this team out now and for the next 2 years. And guess what AJ Preller is going to do? He's going to find some fucking kid from, Venezuela again, who's raking, and he's going to come up and, whoa, now we have another top 10 prospect. Because that's what he does. Look, perfect example. Hedges was rushed up, couldn't hit, still can't hit in the majors. He's only in the league due to his defensive skills. There's a legitimate argument that Ethan Salas will be Venezuelan Austin Hedges. And is that worth not trading him? Austin Hedges is like 17.
I think the argument for trading him, Matt, is that this is if his hitting continues this way, this is probably where his value peters off and goes down. Like right now, I'd already say his value is kind of going a little bit like this. Like if you look at our farm system and you're looking to get our best prospect, it's not Ethan Salas, it's Leo DeVries.
Without a doubt.
So right now, his prospect status is going a little bit like this, right? And you either have the option to say, fuck it, we're going to stick it out and expect this kid to figure out how to hit, and we're going to believe in his development, which if they do that, even if they trade Ethan Salas, I'm a huge Ethan Salas fan. I hope he figures it out and I hope he starts to hit well. But this team doesn't have the time to wait. Look at this depth right now, right? Ethan Salas isn't waiting in the wings. We're like, okay, well, I know Merrill's out. I know that, Maldonado and Elias Diaz are playing, but around June, Ethan Salas is going to be ready to come up. He's not going to be ready.
Not for like
he's not
3
coming
years.
up. And if he does come up and they rush it, he's not going to be good. So that's the issue, right? Like he cannot hit right now at the AA level. He cannot hit at the MLB level. So if you can trade Ethan Salas and get somebody that can hit at the MLB level, which clearly, as you can see from our depth right now, we lack a little bit of pop from guys not named Jackson Merrill and Fernando Tatis Jr. and Manny Machado. Not even a little bit. We lack a lot of pop.
Well, Mike, we lost Higgy's 20 homers and we lost Profar's 20 homers. That's 40 homers.
Crone's been down. 17.
Crone's been down and Merrill's been down. The fact that we are obviously getting swept, I wish we would have at least won one. But the fact that we're actually 6 games above 500 after how ass of a last 2 week or a week and a half it's been is crazy, man. That also shows this team has some insane strengths. Their bullpen is untouchable. And it's not like, oh, we only have one guy. I genuinely feel like this bullpen has enough dudes to stand if 1 or 2 goes down. I'm not nervous. I could put Adrian Morejon in the 8th inning, and I think he gets the job done. And he's our 4th guy. Even Wandy Peralta in the 7th. I'm not really too shaken. Or Yuki. He'll get you a strikeout. He'll give up some hits, but he'll give you a strikeout. Our bullpen's cracked. Nick Pavetta's been awesome. Michael King's been great. And Dylan Cease, we know what Dylan Cease can be. He hasn't been awesome this year, but he also looks like he's picking up a little better. Also, that ace start really blows his shit up. It happens. The rest of the rotation, whatever. If Darvish comes back in May, we're in a really good spot. So it comes down to the lineup and maybe one other starting pitcher. I think Kyle Seltzer, who might be watching right now, had a great point. In playoff baseball, look at the Los Angeles Dodgers. We have enough pitching right now. If all 3 of Pivetta, King, and Cease are healthy, we have enough pitching to go into the playoffs in starting pitching wise. 100%. So who are you trading Ethan Salas for? That's now what we're talking about. How do you find the pop is what I'm talking about. Mike, do you trade for a Joe Ryan who you now have insurance when Dylan Cease leaves and he's under contract for 3 more years? Or do you go and you say, fuck it, I'm going to trade for some bopper, dude. I need a dude that can hit me some homers in the playoffs. Because guys, Mike Devine, you said it right last episode. Game 5 of the NLDS against the Los Angeles Dodgers. Why did we lose?
It's great.
Why did we lose?
It's great. We lost.
What did the Dodgers do differently than the Padres?
2 solo home runs.
2 solo home runs. Guys, that is baseball in the playoffs. The Padres have a good enough team to make the playoffs this year. I genuinely believe that. If without any more crazy injuries, I genuinely believe this is a playoff team. I don't think this is a World Series team right now. It's not. So, if you're in your window, you have to make moves to make this a World Series or bust team. If the time is saying, if your timeline's saying this is World Series or bust, and you keep a guy like an Ethan Salas or a Cash Mayfield, and you look back in 5 years, and we're fucking 78 win team, and Tatis is asking for a trade, and Merrill's gonna opt out or ask for a trade, and Manny's old as shit, and Xander's already retired. And we look back and we're like, man, I wish we would have made those deals. Go all in. Go all in. And if it doesn't work out, guess what? We're still going to have a baseball team. And Merrill's under contract for 9 more years. And I trust Preller to make shit happen. People are saying Joe Ryan's going to be crazy expensive. I don't think he's going to be that expensive. If the Twins don't do that well, he's 28 years old. They're not going to pay him. So you trade Ethan Salas to the Twins. They could 100% get Joe Ryan for Ethan Salas. Fully healthy, we're 100% a World Series team right now. I think fully healthy, yes. But guys, it's not. That's just not as we just saw the last 2 weeks. I wish we were going to be fully healthy. I wish we were playing MLB The Show, injuries off, but we're not. People are going to get hurt. Tatis missed 3 months last year. We still won 93 games.
I'm giving you my desired individual for the Padres to go out and get.
Who?
The Baltimore Orioles need pitching bad. Baltimore Orioles need pitching bad. I don't think you're going to get Samuel Basallo. I don't think that's realistic. I think they're going to try to make him a first baseman when Mountcastle leaves because obviously they have Appy. I do think on an expiring contract, with how bad they're playing right now and how bad their bullpen is, Cedric Mullins is up for grabs. I think Cedric Mullins is up for grabs. And Cedric Mullins, if you place him in left field and you have Mullins in left, Merrill in center, and Tatis in right, that instantly is the best outfield in baseball. Instantly. Now, when you have Hayward, there's still a top 10 outfield in baseball just off Tatis and Merrill. But if you add in Cedric Mullins there, that team, that outfield is fucking stacked. And then you have Mullins aren't making any trade. Those idiots are stupid. You'd be surprised. The Dallas Mavericks traded Luka Doncic. Some of these idiots are out there running baseball teams and basketball teams. People complain about Manny, but we know what he brings. I agree. Gio, completely agree. You're spitting. And by people, you mean Matt. So,
yeah, I mean, dude, guys, I won't lie. When you put the perspective of looking at Xander and Manny, I need to appreciate Manny a lot more. Because they're kind of similar. I am very interested in what you're going to say, though. So Cedric Mullins, I'm looking at his contract right now. Free agent next year. And we'll have to pay. He's making $8.7 million. So if we get him in the next, say we get him at the deadline, we'll pay, $3 million. Who would you trade?
I'm telling you who I'd trade, man. Listen, if you look at our team and you look at how Robert Suarez has pitched so far this year, he is a very, very valuable asset to a team that needs a closer. I don't think you're going to be able to trade like a Wandy Peralta or a Yuki Matsui or somebody who's not a high leverage guy this season, 7, 8, 9. I don't want to trade Jerry. That would be stupid. He's under control till 2030. Jason Adam has another year of control after this, and Jason Adams been lights out. Robert Suarez is going to opt out of his contract at this rate, right?
Yeah.
So this is how you have to look at it. How valuable is Robert Suarez?
Felix Bautista.
How valuable is Robert Suarez? Right? How valuable is he in comparison to Jason Adam in the closing position, in the closer role? They both are very similar in terms of ability, in terms of how nasty they are. And then you have Brasley Rodriguez in the minors, Sean Reynolds coming back, Adrian Morejon as your 7. You could go Adrian Morejon 7, Jerry Estrada 8, Jason Adam 9, and the team is going to be the exact same. So Robert Suarez is, don't get me wrong, Robert Suarez is a beast. I don't want to trade Robert Suarez, but in terms of assets right now, Robert Suarez and Ethan Salas package gets you a good amount of return, in my opinion. There's a lot of teams out there that need closers. There's some shit. You think the fucking Phillies wouldn't trade somebody valuable for Robert Suarez? And this is going to be a crazy take. They're never going to do it. Never going to do it.
Andrew Painter?
No. We're talking Bombers, and we're talking a guy who's a free agent at the end of the season. Give me Schwarber. I want Kyle fucking Schwarber on the Padres so bad. The Phillies are idiots. They're not extending him. They're dumb as fuck. If you go out there and you give a big fat package with Robert Suarez and you give Ethan Salas, whoever the fuck you want to put in that package, I don't care. But if you're telling me that in the DH spot we're trotting out Kyle Schwarber as leadoff, tell me how fucking good that team is. Bro. They're never going to do it. I'm putting this on record. They're never going to do it. But a man can dream, can he? And I'll tell you what, if the Phillies with Jordan Romano keep choking games, they're gonna have to trade Schwarber. They're not going to make the playoffs. They can't win a game. They can't close out a game. Who are they pitching? Matt Strahm is your closer trying to make the playoffs? I love Matt Strahm. I love baseball cards. Who?
Alvarado. Jose.
Okay. Can't pitch him every day. Can't pitch him every day.
I got one comment from Gio. Can you explain how Gurriel is stuck around this long? We've lost 7 players before him. Honestly, Gurriel is just he's a vampire. It's like Sinners, bro. He's gonna stay. He's gonna stay around and not do much. I genuinely believe, Mike, a guy like a Kyle Schwarber is the key, bro. Even a guy, I know it sounds funny. I know he's played on a lot of other teams, and he also went on an 0-for-60 streak recently. A guy like a Jock Peterson, bro. A dude, give me a fucking bomber, dude. The lack of bombs right now on this team is it's bad. It's bad. Hey, I need that B.O.B. outcast, baby. Bombs over Baghdad. B.O.P. Bombs over Petco. Give me a guy like Kyle Schwarber. Give me a dude that hits fucking nukes. Give me a guy that hits nukes. Because guess what? Right now, they're saying we're a playoff team. Who in our lineup outside Merrill and Tatis are hitting a home run? Maybe Manny. No one else. Xander is not hitting home runs, guys. He's just not. So Xander's not hitting a home run. Elias Diaz, probably not hitting a home run. Who else? Brandon Lockridge and Jason Hayward, not hitting home runs. So if you, Mike, I was saying this to my buddy Jack that I did the podcast with earlier. If you look at the fact that in playoff baseball, the way you score runs, because you're facing everybody's best pitchers, is you got to get, maybe a walk and a homer, and that could be the game. It could be just like the NLDS, 2-0, we lost. 2 solo shots, fucking Kike Hernandez and Teoscar. 2 solo shots. That's it. And the Dodgers win the World Series. That's the only difference in that game. Mm-hmm. So you look at it now. You got to get guys in the lineup. The more guys in the lineup that can hit a homer, the more opportunity you have to win that game. And if you have 6 dudes in your lineup that can't hit home runs, it's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. So you got to find a way. And a guy I'm talking about right now, and I know you want to dip in a second, and we'll call it after this. We've had a lot of success trading with this team. And I think it's time, man. And I don't care what they want. If they want Ethan Salas, they already have Kyle Teal. I'd be surprised. And I know he strikes out a lot. But this is the perfect example of a dude who needs to change the scenery. Because guess what? Playing for the fucking White Sox sucks. Especially if you're a swaggy-ass Latin player. You make a move as soon as possible, and you get me Luis Robert. Because guess what? The Dodgers are going to get him if we don't get him. And he's coming. He's getting traded. So if you can make the move now, you give me that guy. And guess what? He's in the lineup, Mike, and he's playing left. You have Luis Robert, whatever the fuck his last name is. You got Jackson Merrill and Tatis as your outfield in a playoff series. That's bomb central. That's bomb central. If Manny Machado is then there, bro, you got a lineup of Luis Robert, Jackson Merrill, Fernando Tatis Jr., Manny Machado, Xander. Xander doesn't have to hit homers if we get Luis Robert. Yeah. People are saying his values his defense. Bro, guys, that dude hits nukes, bro. That dude is the perfect example of a guy who comes to San Diego and either there's 2 things that will happen. He'll either legitimately be the worst player we've ever seen or he's going to ball out. And you know what that dude has, Mike? And you know what this team has been missing for the last 2 weeks? And we're going to end it on this. That motherfucker has VAR, bro. And guess what? What have we been missing the last week, Mike? VAR. We've been missing VAR, bro. And guess what? Make a trade. And you know what? I know AJ Preller's asking around, bro. That's the thing. We're lucky to have AJ Preller. That motherfucker's trying to make a move right now. Chat. Mies, any last words before I call it?
Yeah, I'll leave you with this. Manny Machado has the highest barrel percentage, second highest in his career since 2021, outside of 2021. So 2021 is the highest. This year is his second highest. I said it, last week or 2 weeks ago about Tatis. This week, expect some positive regression with Manny Machado. That guy is going to go nuclear tomorrow. Don't be surprised. I'll actually give you a prediction right now. Second AB, Manny Machado, sinker inside from Logan Webb, off the Western Metal. Padres take the lead. Third pitch of the at-bat.
Love that take. Gidgey, perfect point. 2023, the White Sox were actually pretty decent. He hit 40 nukes. Guys, you know how ass it would be to show up? Our buddies on the Rockies. You know how ass it is when you show up and you know you're going to lose every game? especially if you're a guy like Luis Robert. Oh, I'm playing in the south side of Chicago with no fans, and my team sucks. And I'm this cool-ass fucking player, and I'm watching all my buddies ball out for New York and San Diego and LA. He's the perfect example of a guy. Get him out of Chicago. He's like Sarah McLachlan. It's like those old dog commercials. In the arms of an angel. Preller, be Luis Roberts' angel. Get him out of Chicago. Put him in left field. Have Hayward be a bench piece. Have Tyler Wade be a bench piece. Bars at an all-time high. And the boys are rolling, Papa. And guess what? I don't think Luis Roberts is going to cost as much as he used to.
Neither.
So let's ball out. Like this stream up if you can. We appreciate all you. Pods are going to get hot, and they're going to get hot tomorrow. Go Pods. Mies, thanks for the app. Appreciate all you guys. We'll talk to you soon.
Better chat.